We need to talk. Fashion has a big problem, and I'm not sure we've agreed on where inspiration ends and ownership begins. Who gets credit for an idea? Because I want to ask you something. When does fashion inspiration become fashion forgery? When does inspiration become regurgitation? A fellow designer recently sent me footage from the latest season of Project Runway, a franchise I belonged to as of last year, and I stopped because I was looking at a look by Jeffrey Kelly that immediately reminded me of a look I designed in 2021 and debuted in 2022 at Fashion Art Toronto. A look Coco Rocha, host of Project Runway Canada, recently wore. Now, let me be very clear. I don't own corsets, I don't own lacing, and I don't own volume. And I certainly don't own the idea of combining streetwear and evening wear. But when I look at the combination of the elements, the off-the-shoulder construction, the front lacing, the horizontal shoulder band, the exposed hip, the elongated corset, and the overall proportion, I have to ask, at what point does a collection of familiar elements become something recognizably connected to another designer's work? And this matters to me because this isn't a direction I discovered yesterday. I've been exploring the collision between streetwear and couture and evening wear since 2019, and that language continued into the collection I produced in 2021 and debuted in 2022. On that Project Runway episode, Sierra, who was a guest judge, has worn an original piece from that same Charles Liu collection in 2023 for her album launch. Not the boyfriend hoodie inspired piece, but a puffer, a different piece from the collection. So I started thinking about something much bigger than one look, because this has happened to me before. I've seen my work recreated. I've seen elements of my work appear elsewhere. I've seen people credit me. I've seen people not credit me. And honestly, those situations feel completely different. When someone recreates my work, tags me, tells people where the original came from, and says, "This designer inspired me," I'm flattered. But when something recognizably connected to my work appears without attribution, especially when commercial value or significant attention is involved, I start asking different questions. Who gets remembered for the idea? Who gets the opportunity? Who gets the credit? And perhaps most importantly, when a costume designer fails to credit the originating inspiration, whose idea does it belong to now? Because social media has changed everything. Ideas move faster than ever. A designer can spend years developing a visual language, and someone else can encounter it in seconds. So where is the line? Is it inspiration? Is it reference? Is it homage? Is it recreation? Is it regurgitation? Or is it something else entirely? I don't have one universal answer, and I don't think every similarity means someone has done something wrong. Sometimes we arrive at similar ideas independently. Sometimes a designer is genuinely inspired and simply doesn't know where the idea originated. And sometimes credit is the difference between appropriation and appreciation. So I'm asking you, when do designers and creators speak up for themselves? When do we choose to let go, even when we worked incredibly hard to create something original? I've put together several examples. Some I consider flattering, some make me uncomfortable, and some sit somewhere in between. I'm not asking you to agree with me. I want you to look at the work, look at the dates, look at the construction, look at the similarities, and make your own decision. Because maybe the bigger question isn't, was this copied? Maybe the question is, who deserves to be remembered for the idea? When does fashion inspiration become fashion forgery? Tell me where you think the line is.